So now that we've cleaned the engine bay, the next thing we're going to do is get it nice and dressed so it looks nice and pretty, but also to protect it from dust and dirt in the future and help them stop sticking to the surfaces. Now, my neighbour's gone away for the weekend and he's kindly let me use his garage so we can get this done in the dry and the warm, and we can get it nice and shiny. So let's get on with it. To get this engine looking its best, I'm going to use two products. Pearl from CarPro, which will protect and give a sheen to the rubbers, plastics and areas that we can't easily reach, but because it doesn't dry sticky, it won't attract dust. It also has a lifetime of around 3 months, and since it's easy to apply, top-up coatings shouldn't be a chore. Also, I'll use Finish Kare FK 1000p high temperature wax. This is the perfect wax for painted parts of engine bays due to its high melting temperature and resistance to UV and the element. To start with, I'm going to dilute Pearl 1 to 3, which is 1 part Pearl to 3 parts water. If you want to know how to easily calculate dilution ratios, I do have a video on my channel explaining the process. First, give the Pearl a good shake. Since I'm making 400ml, which should be enough to dress this engine, I need 100ml of Pearl, which I then add to my spray bottle. With products like Pearl, where you can mix it to different dilution ratios, I tend to try and mix only what I need for the task I'm doing, or label the spray bottles with the different dilution strengths. Next, I need 300ml of deionized water. Then give it a shake to mix. Now, undiluted Pearl is a thick liquid. It's got the consistency of PVA glue, and when you measure it out, you'll find that a lot stays in the measuring jug. So what I do is add the mixture from the spray bottle back into the measuring jug, and using either a spoon or a stirring stick, mix the Pearl with the diluted Pearl to get as much of it as you can into the spray bottle. Now that the engine is dry and cool, we give it a full spray down with the Pearl. Just make sure you've got a good spray bottle. The one I used at the beginning of this video has a dodgy trigger head. I applied the coating liberally, and I mean, don't be shy with the stuff. I aim to cover as much of the engine and its plastics as possible with the product. This way it gets into all the nooks and crannies, especially on ribbed hoses. Make sure that you cover all of the rubber hoses. CarPro Pearl will help prevent cracking and make rubber pipes more supple, so give everything a nice coating. As it's pretty much a one-size-fits-all dressing, don't be afraid to get it anywhere. In this engine bay we have everything from bare aluminium to painted surfaces, powder coat and anodised surfaces. The Pearl brings them all up and makes them look great. Once I've done spraying the surfaces, I use a cheapo detailing brush to spread the Pearl around and get an even coating, and also to get into where the spray may have missed. Once all of the engine bay has a nice coating of Pearl, I gave it a wipe down with a standard microfiber towel. Now the towel works better once it gets saturated with the product, as it helps to spread it rather than remove it. So you can either spray your towel first with Pearl or start in the lower, less seen areas of the engine. This way when you get to the top part, you're spreading the Pearl into a thin, even coat, removing the excess rather than removing the product. You'll notice that if you do this, the plastics take on a deeper black, aluminium parts are restored to their natural colour, and painted parts start to become a deeper colour. I was especially amazed how the red inlet manifold, rocker covers and fuel rail came up. I'd never seen them looking so bright in the nearly 2 years that I've owned the car, and it really doesn't take a lot of effort. As a side note, whilst I was detailing the engine bay, I removed the side panels to replace all the manky screws that were already there. Many of the original screws were rounded off and in a general state, so I ordered some high tensile ones to replace / upgrade them. Unfortunately, I don't have any footage of the car without the side panels on, but... So, we've just taken the side panel off the engine cover, and I've just noticed that it might help if this hose was actually connected to the air intake duct, since this is the one that goes to the air filter and this here hose is the one that goes to the vents in the rear quarters. So if this pipe was actually connected, it might be what's causing my whistling noise when I accelerate. So it's just Something else we're just going to have to fix, and now I'm going to have to check the other side too. And the other side was the same. Anyway, so once I was done with the Pearl, I left it to dry a couple of days, then it was time to protect the painted parts of the engine. In this engine there are several parts that are painted. There's the air filter housing, the engine cradle and the inlet manifold. Finnish Kare's FK1000P was the perfect choice. It can withstand high temperatures and it's easy to apply and not dusty. I ordered a sample size tub as I don't use this much, but it's great for areas like engine bays, tailpipes and calipers, but I'll cover that in a separate video. So, using a foam applicator pad, I load it up with the FK1000P, then I start applying it to all of the engine's painted surfaces, working in straight lines and spreading the product around into a thin layer. I also applied it to the exhaust silencer to give that a bit of protection too. The FK1000P applies really nicely and smoothly, and it doesn't take long to do. I waxed the engine cradle to protect it, and I also applied wax to the intake manifold to further deepen the shine that was produced by the Pearl. Afterward, a simple buff with a standard microfiber towel was all that was needed. The wax removes easily and leaves a great finish with no dust. I would advise a second layer just to give that bit of added protection. And that's all there is to it. Simple steps using great products give stunning results. I could not believe just how much better and brighter the engine bay now looks. So I hope you found this video useful. If you have, please give it a thumbs up. If there's anything else you'd like to know or any tips that you want to share, please leave them in the comments below. Don't forget to tick subscribe and click the bell to be notified when I upload new videos. I'll see you next time.
Have you ever felt?
Are you listening? Damn.